Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. What do you like or dislike about Spencer Cassadine on General Hospital? Now, if you've been watching if you've been watching my videos for a while, at this point, you already know how I feel about it. But I want to know what you think. What do you like or dislike about this character? And I feel like he is somewhat divided. What's good, Dolly? What's good, Mel? Thank you for joining. To sit there and say I don't actually have a high opinion of him is, it's being nice, generous. Way too generous. Way too generous. How you doing, Dolly? How you doing, Mel? How you doing, Blackmon? How you doing, Darby? Yeah, I did too. Tracy Steves is in the chat. Queen of the South is in the chat. How are you doing tonight? It's great to see you. It's great to see everyone. Last Day is in this chat. How you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. So I'll wait till I get a couple more people in here. Then I'll sit there and do my first poll and just you know how we do every night, 5 days a week, 7 days if you're a member. But Cherie is in the chat. What's good, Cherie? Thank you for joining. Nikisha is in the chat. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Last day. Dolly says I ride with Spencer. Yes, he is entitled to, but he is at least consistent and gets called out. Plus, he has a heart and does right when it counts. Nikisha says the way she acted today convinced me. I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I take your word for it. And to I see something else. Well, I'm glad you're in the chat, Tracy. Thank you for joining. Mel says I had a spectacular speculation that could show up at the gala, but just my opinion. Yeah, this whole thing is something else. This whole gala thing or whatever is something else. I decided to have some regular soda tonight because, well, I got to wake up early in the morning, and if heaven forbid I actually got kind of drunk off that wine, it would have made it much more harder to wake up, which is already hard to wake up. Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? Cherie, I just finished Webinar for tomorrow as well. Yeah. Yeah, I actually got a chance to watch it, so. Nikki said Esme made sure Trina heard that her and Ava loved the room and that she went in the hall for Spencer, even though she claims she doesn't like Spencer. Yeah, I didn't even look at it that way. What's good, Richard? Thank you for joining. What's good, Gwen? Last day, Spencer is trying to protect his baby brother from Esme, but Esme today that she loves her son, so memory or no memory doesn't change that she loves her son. Yeah, that's very true. CW's in the chat. What's good, CW? Kyrie is in the chat. What's good? She says, I'm popping in and out. Sorry if it's. Sherry, listen, anytime that you're in the chat, I appreciate it. So, I appreciate you just being here, supporting the channel, and just being here. So, it's all good. All good. Yeah, let's see where this ice cream is actually at. Even dogs take care of them. Okay. I think Shauna's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Yeah. Nope, it is definitely not ready. It's kind of a shame. Maybe halfway through the stream, it will start to get better. Shauna says, I'm mad Curtis is a jerk. Curtis. She is just the gift that just keeps on giving for me. Um, what did everyone thought about the Curtis and Jordan scene? I want to know what everyone thought about that scene with Curtis and Jordan. If you watched my review, you already know what I thought, but I want to know what everyone else in the chat thought about that. Now it says Nina Webster's was. Hmm. Sherry says, I'll say it again. I don't want Curtis thinking about Jordan's heir. Yeah, Jess is in the chat. Jess says, do you know the Muffin Man? What's good, Jess? CW says Curtis better stay away from Jordan. He found out the glass wasn't so. I Here's the thing. I knew that was gonna happen though. I knew that was gonna happen. Now Darby says maybe Spencer can say "I told you so" to Sonny when Dex and Michael showed their true colors. UK says, "I bet you already know what I think." Yes, I do, Nikisha. That's why I started laughing. Jess says you already know how I feel about Spencer. Exactly. We're on the same page about that. She says I definitely need to catch up with your reviews this weekend. I like that. I like that. Whenever you have time, I appreciate it, Sherry. Billy says Gage needs to do something else with Jordan, get her out of Curtis' orbit. Gwen says I don't see the scene, but I saw your review and I don't want Curtis back with Jordan. Curtis get some yeah. Harry says I love the shade Adam was drawing at Victor today, and he's right. She is arrogant and she looks like the devil. Shade her casual outfit. Darby says, "Is Katie truly?" No, no, Darby. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's just not dead. I can tell you that right now, Darby. What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining. Did you see preview Spencer's gonna get Esme hurt by Victor? I did not. I didn't see that part. My day was great, Jess. It was great. How was yours? I was supposed to go see Shazam today, but and the thing is, what really annoyed me was that I woke up really early because I knew it was playing. I thought it was going to be playing at 11, and then I look at the show times and it's 1:30. I'm like, I don't want to go to the movie theaters at 1:30. So I'm just gonna wait until like 2 weeks until I get my vacation time, and if it's still playing, then I'm going to go and see it. But I was just like, I don't want to. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I wasn't even too hyped about the movie in the first place. So there was that. But other than that, I actually really enjoyed this day. I really, I mean, obviously, I don't think I actually have to sit there and speak to anyone else or everyone else as far as when you get a day off of work, it just feels like heaven. It literally feels like heaven whenever I'm not at work. It is just the best time ever, which is why I cannot wait. I cannot wait until I get my vacation when I'm off for 7 days. It's going to be amazing. CW says, Albert, what do you think about the scene between Jill and Mom May May? Here's the thing. It was hard to really sit there and tell, because I don't really know their history. But Jill was like, hey, maybe we could just let bygones be bygones, and um, May May was like, nah, I'm good. And you know what? I kind of clapped with that because I was like, you know what, May May, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. I did love that part. Was good, Eagle Fang? He was saying how I say is odd that Liz, Carly, and even Esme did not pay for their crimes Writers have favoritisms. Well, I mean, definitely. Well, I don't know about Carly. Maybe you're right. But with Liz today, they didn't just sit there. Here's the thing: they didn't just not fire her. They praised her. They praised her. Like, are you kidding me? They literally praised this chick, and I was like, oh, okay. So, at this point, they should just give her a raise. They should just give her a raise at this point. What's good, Jay Blue? Darby says by the time the trailers are over, the time be 2:15. Yeah, exactly. I was like, nah, and that was the thing, Darby. I felt like that was going to take up the majority of my day, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. CW says the way Jill treated that woman, I can't blame her. Yeah, I didn't really know what their full issue was. Um, but and that's so annoying though too. You got to sit there. I'm sorry, I'm going back to the movie for a minute. You have to literally sit there and go through regular commercials, like TV commercials, and then movie previews, and then a TV commercial, and then more movie previews. It's like, are you kidding me? Like it just, and for a movie that I'm just kind of so about seeing, it's like, eh. Nikki said, like I said, Liz didn't do anything wrong. All she did was get up and free healthcare. Mm, I see it that way. That's a really good point, Dolly. Yeah, Eagle fan. I was like, yo, just give her a raise at this point. The guy says, is Jill giving Devon the company back? Who cares about the IPO at this point? He wants to be on his own. It's one of those things where it's like it was interesting. The I don't even remember today's episode, but I remember tomorrow's episode though. Oh, the look on Elena's face when she walked in and she saw um Victoria's hand on Nate's. Oh, it was priceless. I loved it. My dude Nate was like, "Yeah, my girl's gonna be here any minute now. Any minute, she's going to just show up." So Victoria decides to put her hand on his hand. Like, are you kidding me? Uh, what's good, ZK? What's good, Valerie? Thank you for joining. I'm sorry I missed you the first time when I saw you in the thing when I saw you pop up. What's good, AJ? Thank you for joining. Shauna says Stephen can have several receipts. Yeah, oof. Shauna, that man and his constant whining and complaining about why Ridge isn't here to sit there and protect Brooke was just like, bro, he ain't married to her anymore. That's not his problem. All he kept doing was just CW says Lane looked like she wanted to. Yeah, it was CW. I mean, yeah. At this point, I was like, yeah, why don't you just do it and just get it out the way? Just get it out the system. Ooh, we gotta. Juanita says I think they were heading down one for one theme until they were interrupted. AJ says I love me some Spencer Cassadine, but there are certain things that I don't like about him. Hmm. Curry says I'll pay half my paycheck to see that happen. CW. Oh, CW's in the chat. Was good. Oh yeah, I think I said what's up to CW. Well, yeah, Mel, but you know exactly why she's doing it though. Arj is a snake. Okay, it just happens that she's a snake with curves like there's no tomorrow. But she is a snake though. GK says Spencer needs to do some growing up, but I like the character. I'm glad. Here's the thing. I'm glad some people actually like him. I really am. That's funny, Nikisha. It was just one of those things where Maxie was like, "No, just please do it. It's for charity. It's not degrading or anything. I'm not." I can't remember what she said, but it was just one of those things where it's like, "Bro, that's literally what you are doing." Like it's I can't remember what she was using. I can't remember what she was saying, but it was just like Max. Here's the thing: Max would be the first person that would probably sit there and get upset if women were doing what she's asking Cody to do. Harry said, "I don't want to see that." Other Ron is in the chat. Yeah, I remember you said that yesterday. How you doing tonight, Ron? Solomon's in the chat. What's good, Solomon? Jay Blue says, I noticed that GH was setting up for Epiphany Afternoon. March is almost over. Yeah. And down to earth. Yeah, the down to earth part, I definitely must have missed that part. The only nice thing that I can actually say about Spencer, and it's not much, but he's tolerable with Trina. That's it. That's the only time that I can sit there and deal with Spencer is when he's with Trina. That's the only time that I feel like his scenes are just tolerable, which is great because it's yeah. Simon says, "Why not opening credit were bad today?" Um, actually, tell you, I actually like the opening credits of YNR. I do. I actually do like. Don't get me wrong, I like the other one too, but I just like that one. It was just something different. I must have missed that. I didn't get a chance to watch him, Ryan Phoenix. I gotta watch him at some point though. Harriet says if they had a woman to do that, I nominate Jordan, Whitman Willow, too sick to pull it off now. Yeah, I guess so, Nikisha. I guess so. And Jess says yes. The only good thing about Spencer is how he is Regina. Yeah, I mean, like I said, at this point, everyone knows how I feel about Spencer. So, um, he's not. And here's the thing: even in the beginning, oh no, 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 Dolly. That's a hell to the no. But in the beginning, Dave is in the chat. What's good, Dave? In the beginning, when Spencer first showed up, and he gave Trina some really good sound advice. He gave her some really good sound advice as far as um about her mother, about her mother the first time. I was like, okay, cool, cool. And I actually tell you the truth, at that time I was like, wow, that was. And I was normally just like, at the time, I think I was just normally like, like my opinion of him was very up and down, but he can actually give us some good, I don't know, advice. In case you have a stronger, you have more patience than I do. That's right, Jess. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. Hell to the absolute no. Angel Blue is in the chat. Spencer is just young and entitled. The actor's doing a fabulous job. Yeah, I mean, no. Here's the thing. I have nothing personal against the actor. I have nothing. Just I, exactly. I was like, I don't like him, but damn. AJ said he's a cast now. How do you expect him to act like? I expect him to act like an entitled jackass. That's exactly how I expect him to act like. But hey, listen. Like I said, I gave him his one compliment for the day, and then that's pretty much as far as I'm gonna go. And the case that Spencer isn't as annoying as his dad mom Courtney was the worst. Really? See, exactly in the case. That's why I feel the exact opposite. Um, I didn't, well, to be fair, I didn't have a problem with her back in the day. I didn't have a problem with her back in the day. But I also feel like my perspective was a lot different back in the day as well. So that might have something to do with it. Oh, Valerie. Yeah, just I never actually thought that he was that bad. She was a bad character. ZK says Albert's one compliment about Spencer from for you is as good as is good is good enough for me. Yeah, and that was it. That was it. That was the one compliment. Don't worry. I'm pretty sure that either tomorrow or next week, Spencer's going to do something. I'm going to be calling him the name that I always call him. And at this point, everyone already knows what I call him. So now Dolly says now Courtney was boring and corny as a character. Hmm. Shauna says why Abby made Devon go to the gala. There you go, Kyrie. There you go. Yes. 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 The human toilet seat. Yes. Damn right. Damn right. Thank you. Yep. That's right, baby. That's right. You know me, I'm not pulling any punches. I do try to be somewhat fair. Somewhat fair. That's right, Jess. Thank you, Kyrie. Thank you. Gwen says, but the actress who played her says she was not happy on the show. Yeah, Gwen, you know why she wasn't happy, right? Okay. All right, Cheyenne, have fun. CW says seeing her critical is a Logan family trait because Stefan was going off on Reg when he had been his own family for years. Oh wow. I didn't know that, CW. Always says he's one of those expensive heated toilet seats. Yes, I love it, Dolly. I love it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, you know. It's one of those things where it sucks because it's like back then, Maurice Bernard didn't know. He didn't know that's what it was. And so I'm glad that they made up later on, but well, Angela, at the time, they didn't know it was bipolar. They had no idea it was bipolar. Asshole, to be honest. He just says what I don't like about Spencer is that his session with his demon baby. Okay. Okay. Gwen says he didn't know what was going on with him. Yeah, exactly. It was one of those things where it's like it was unfortunate because he didn't know. They didn't know. And Jeremiah's in the chat. What's good, Jeremiah? All right, AJ, that's your opinion. What's good, Tony D? Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, Tony D. It's exactly off the chart. It's one of the reasons why I'm always so harsh on him. Solomon says, "How would you guys feel if Bradley Bell did a story for BNB with Stephanie Logan return and reveal?" Ariana is in the chat. How you doing, Ariana? Oh, De Havilland. Oh, okay. Well, which one do you want to recall, De Havilland or Jeremiah? But thank you for joining. And how you doing tonight, Ariana? Exactly, Kyrie's. Denise is in the chat. What's good, Denise? Yeah, Dolly. Her acting was a little ridiculous. It's honestly, tell you, Dolly, it's very hard to tell with her. It um seems like it's always like that. To be honest, Gwen said he apologized to her on the show. Yep, state of mind. Karen is in the chat. What's good, Karen? Me too, Karen. I've said this a long time ago. As far as Maxie being lost in the sauce, they don't care anymore. They stopped caring to actually give Maxie a good storyline. Um, Ariana says good. I had chilled since the recap. How was your flight? How was your flight, and Ariana? Got a nice goatee. Okay. Okay, that's kind of extreme, AJ. Jesus. Just says Maxie hasn't been interested since Peter. Yeah. That's what I said. It's like they just stopped caring. They just stopped giving her. Um, they stopped giving her good stories. Yeah, last day. I just. Mm. Oh, okay, okay, Jeremiah. Okay. I can't tell. I can't tell, Jess. I can start to tell which. Well, another character named Chelsea on. Um, I can tell with the actress that plays Chelsea on Lion Heart, but I can't tell. I can't tell with Sasha. Oh, okay, I had no idea. Uh, Renee Thompson, how you doing tonight, Renee? It was good. Okay, good, and Rihanna. Well, I mean, yeah, that definitely helps to play. That definitely helps to play. I think when I actually flew, I didn't actually experience any crying babies. Billy says, "Do you think G should start taking today's model and cycle characters?" Yes, definitely, Dolly. Definitely. If they're not actually doing anything, and they just have them there, just have them there. And Dolly, I've said this for a while. I was like, yo, listen, Jace needs to start taking some cues from um Jace needs to start taking some cues from Days. And that is definitely one of them. Yeah, Shauna, she was. But here's the thing: Gregory being sick was something that we already knew. Like everyone already knew that Gregory was sick. Okay, so the fact that it took so long to even get to that one point is just beyond stupid, beyond dumb. Yep, Renee. I hmm. The sad thing is, Renee, I didn't even want to be right about that. It's just I knew they were going to do that. I knew they were going to do that. Where was my damn hot sauce at? Man, I wish this was a. Do I have to do all this? Yeah, AJ. Here's the thing. It's one of those things where it's like Alexis' heart is in the right place. The way she's going about it, that's the issue. That's the issue. The way she's going about it, it's just like, boo, y'all not married. Y'all don't have kids. You need to sit there and slow that down a little bit. So I totally understand where Gregory's coming from to some extent. Because it may be a little difficult to get an actual newborn on set for strangers to hold and be on set watching my newborn like a hawk. Yeah. Thank you, CW. I will definitely do that. I didn't actually even do a poll question yet. I knew I forgot to do something. Jay Blue says, I agree the way Alexis is going about it is not cool. Yeah, and that's the thing. Her heart is in the right place. It's just the way she's going about it. It's like, bro, you need to slow down. AJ says, is Gregory lost when he loses his own life? I don't follow that. Oh, yes. Yes, Jess. I said the same thing out. Well, I don't know about the whole spitting part, but yes. Yeah, I couldn't believe you said that out there. The level of arrogance was just like, I know. My whole thing is like, I can't believe they actually wrote that. You know what it is, AJ? Is the way that she's going about it, though. She's not respecting this man's privacy or his space or how he chooses to deal with whatever medical stuff that he's going through. So Alexis needs to leave Gregory because he's not willing to help himself. No, that's no. I don't know where that's coming from. Siri says for a friend who doesn't know the whole story, Alexis being invasive and disrespected George's boundaries. Exactly, exactly, and that's the thing, Sheree. Like this, she's sitting there talking about, oh, are you drunk? You're an alcoholic, and this, that, and the third. It's like, why don't you just give him some time to let him answer, let him answer her instead of being all up in her face. I mean, being all up in his face. No, I didn't know that. Wow, okay, I gotta look that up. Yeah, yeah. She might be at work though. She might be at work, Kyrie. She might be at work. Yeah, I 100% agree with everything that ZK just said. Everything that ZK just said. Exactly, Ariana. I'm like, yo, you need to just kind of just take a step back. She needs to let him. She needs to let him be. Jess, I think you know that answer. I think you know that answer. Let's just be real. Come on now, Jess. Let's really think about that for a minute. I'm about to do one right now. Jonathan's in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Just said, "Wow, good thing she looks back that common cuz with." No, you know exactly why. You know exactly why, Jess. You know why these women are. It was good, Jonathan. How was yours? I love actually having a day off of work, so it was pretty much heaven. Heaven. But how was your day, Jonathan? And thank you for asking. Yeah, I spelled it right. All right. So yes, first poll question of the night, which actually took longer than it should have. Should Jordan and Curtis get back together? I really want to know people's answer on that one. I'm just like, yo, listen, Jordan is way too good for Curtis. Jordan is way too good for Curtis. Jolie says no. AJ said Curtis needs to work on his marriage. Just said I answered that poll so quick. How yeah. Valerie said no infinity. Harry says one day you should truly give the hell no option. I wish they would put that in there. Jay Blue says no, and the poll should be a nope. Nikki said want to know who says yes. I did. Nikisha said, I want to know who says yes. Identify yourself, please. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna keep that one up for a little bit. I'm gonna keep that one up for a little bit. Johnson says I kind of like Jordan's better with Sean. Valerie said glad that cop came in. Medora's in the chat with Medora. Medora says Spencer can be good at times and a jerk. I like that he is multidimensional. If he was one or the other, he would be boring. Cherie says Curtis is feeling stupid about how he went about things with Jordan. And Now he'd be on his and quit wasting time. What's good, Gloria? Thank you for joining. Siri says, "Can I be Jordan?" Getting some with. In case I remember when Curtis first came on the show, I loved his character. Now I can't stand this dude. That dude. China says, "I hate that Jordan is stuck because she was in love with him, but now he bound to Portia when she first came to town. Yep. And now he seems like he want to jump right back over to the other side." Renee says Curtis treated Jordan like crap just because she didn't tell him what was going on with his exactly. It was cop business. It wasn't even his business. That was the thing. It wasn't even like it was trash. It was trash. Yes, because it's funny too. I do remember ZK actually saying that in the comment section in my review video. I do remember him saying that. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Let's see how this ice cream is now. ZK said, "I believe courtesy is the light now." Now, okay, Darby's back now. Darby says Portia brother played as Jeremy. Yep, on a half and half night. Half and half night. Darby says the real reason Victoria and Nick won that money from Victor was that Nikki was always backing their play and Abby was just along for the ride. But had it been Adam instead of Abby, it would be different. In case it seems like all Curtis does now is drink. Cherie says, "Oh, that's the Reese's you like. I'm from Massachusetts. I was thinking about this. Reese's Pieces Sunday from Friendly's. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. It's really good." Cherie. Gwen says, "Jordan, don't play yourself, girl. You do it much better than Curtis. Curtis, go find Miss Willen." Johnson says, "I wish I was writing at days having ideas for characters that could cause trouble for the Hernandez family." And just says, "Not everyone knows cookies and creams is now everyone knows that cookies and creams is the best ice cream." I think I had that before. It's good. It is good. I will sit there and say that. Let's see how this poll is actually doing. Okay. It's been 5 minutes. But 30 okay, so 37 people voted. 84% so far says no, and 16% says yes. That's interesting. Curry says yes, Curtis and Miss Wu would be scandalous. That would make it interesting. Yeah, it would. Thank you, Ariana. Reese's ice cream. Yes. Thank you, Ariana. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you are amazing. Thank you. My God, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you. It is really good. Valerie says, "Who is this?" Like Nikita said, announce yourself. Announce yourself. It is actually really good. I've had it for like a couple of days. But you know the thing that's just I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's just me. and let me know if this is just me. This is for any person that actually eats ice cream. Does it start to get like after the first time you have the ice cream, does it start to like not be as good? Like after a couple of days? Or is it just me? Like it's still good. Like I can still eat the whole thing, but I'm just wondering, does anyone else actually have that? If anyone eats ice cream. And thank you again, Ariana. Jonathan, oh my God, thank you, Jonathan. Hot Fuzz Sunday all the way. I think they got that by my Dunkin' Donuts. I gotta check that. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Just said what was going what are we doing with Marshall? Why is he still Yeah, that's true. Nana Key said because you'd be leaving it out at room temperature for too long, probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you got the point. Yeah, that makes sense. Cherie says freezers can change the consistency and make the milk and ice cream separate. Hmm. Now Carrie says now I want some cookies and cream ice cream. Ariana says I can eat ice cream, but have to come back to it later after a bit because it doesn't taste the same. Yeah, I don't. I mean, could I just sit there and literally eat the whole thing in like one setting? Because I feel like that may just be the best route. Yeah, Sheree, that's exactly what Nikesha was saying. Now, Johnson says, "Who do you think trashed Paulina's office?" I think the obvious. See, the thing is, it's too obvious for it to be Sloan. It's too obvious for it to be Sloan. But at the same time, what if it is Sloan? What if it is Sloan? I would be kind of mad if it was. Sherry says, "Who wants to go out for a banana ice for a banana split?" Texas gals in the chat. I like Marshall and Trina interactions. They might just be related, although I hope Tiger is still Trina's father biologically. How you doing tonight, Texas gal? Thank you for joining us. Darby says Marshall is the mandatory grandfather figure for the black woman on the show. I'm out of line for that statement. Gwen says, "Okay, now I want some ice cream." Oh, sure, you haven't seen Days, and today it seemed like they did a lot of flashbacks and a lot of flashbacks, which was interesting. Joey says it might be a new enemy from Paulina's past. That'd be interesting. Also, I'm thinking about doing Days reviews again. I'm thinking about doing Days of a Lot's reviews again because I don't know what happened to the views on B&B. They're at like 2,000 and like 900. And today when I looked at it, I think it was only like 67. So I'm like, maybe we should be doing Days of Our Lives reviews again. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Sherry says I could see Sloan being extra extra. I could too, but I feel like it's just too obvious though. Gwen says, Mr. Man, that's my favorite too. That's a good point, Sherry. Maybe it was to our brother if he has one. Tony D says she asked him to get counseling. He said no, so he can kick rocks. Bear rocks. Ooh, bear rocks. Sheree said, I'll watch your reviews. I'm sort of new to you. Well, thank you, Sheree. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing Dave's reviews again. I am. As I said, the numbers for B&B was was not good. Oh yeah, that was his name, TR. Yep. TR Coates. Double C is in the chat. What's good, Double C? How have you been? Then they said not feeling Alexis and Gwen. Oh, Alex and Gwen. Sherry says kick rocks with no flip flops. I like that. I mean, it sounds like it'll be painful, but I like that though. Jay Blue says I'm ready for Curtis to be exposed and oh yeah, yes, Jay Blue. I think we're all waiting for that. Terrell Raymond Coates. Yeah, Jonathan, that is very true. Yeah. I forgot what it actually stood for now, so thank you. Billy says, what Beyond Salem type story should Days tell next? You know, honestly, tell you true, Dolly, I think it'd be interesting. Do you think they're actually going to do another Beyond Salem, though? That's the question. Are they actually going to do another Beyond Salem? I don't know if they are, because they got a lot of characters from Beyond Salem on this show. Actually, no, think about it. They practically actually had nearly every character from Beyond Salem on here. I think there's one that I'm missing, and that's that um what's his name? Philip Banks or something like that. Billy says I think they rolled them into the main story. Yeah, John, I don't know if they're actually gonna do it beyond Salem though. You know? It'd be interesting if they do. I definitely love this. Although I'm not gonna lie, it would be so difficult to sit there and try to watch 5 soap operas. It could be done, but it would definitely be a lot. Tony says Curtis is a big old hypocrite judging everyone and in bed with a mob. Yep. Yeah, Cherie. Susan had a brother. Well, has a brother. I think I forgot his name. Is it Thomas Banks or something? It's something. It's pretty much Kristen being well a man. That's pretty much the only way I can sit there and say it. Now, Ariana says after watching the live stream the other night, I watched the episode of Poor Charles. How was it? How was it? How was it, Ariana? Siri says I like to see what Sammy's up to. Me too. If they can get it back. Oh, Johnson Thomas Banks, thank you. Have a good night, Kyrie. Thank you for joining. It was really great seeing you in the chat as always, my friend. Billy says what's airing now is Beyond Salem mixed in. I hope they do another big adventure, maybe revisit the Alamein family history. That'd be interesting. Yes, Johnson, it was Thomas Bank. And I mean, again, it was Kristen being oh man, that's that's pretty much all I can sit there and say about that. But I loved it though. I loved it. But it was so much different when I watched Beyond Salem back then because I wasn't watching Y&R, you know? Shana says, I really don't judge Curtis for getting involved with Miss O because he was helping Trina. Now he's stuck. Ariana said they were so good. I love Libby and Kale. Yes. Yes. I used to love that show. I used to love that show. I think it had what was his name? Allison and Jamal and Jack and Ian and some other people that I forgot their names, but they were good too. CW says Susan has 2 sisters and a brother. Is Susan married Maura? Oh, Thomas Banks and Penelope Kate, all four were played by. Wow. So she was doing that for a hot minute as well. Yeah, Ariana, it was Port Charles that actually got me into watching GH. It got me into watching GH, so I'm always gonna love that show. It just sucks how it ended. I'm not gonna spoil that for you though. It really says Elaine played the whole Banks family. She was Susan Thomas' sister, Mary, and wow. Damn, I hope they paid her good. Yeah, sure. I think I talked to her. I think I talked to her yesterday. Tony just says I want some ice cream right now. WC says I love Paul Charles. Libby was a mess, but she always wasn't that. Yeah, WC. Back in the day, you had Libby and you had Tess, and that show was crazy. That show was crazy, but it was crazy. It was crazy in a good way. Robbie says it's Let's Play Thomas for everything, so let's play Thomas for the world. Why plague of the last 3 years or so? Yeah, that seems about right. Then he says Devon is a jackrabbit, to put it nicely. And Rihanna says I agree for us. Dude, hard fans. So yeah, I hope, I hope, yeah. No, because I'm like, yo, listen, she was doing all that. I hope that she definitely got some sort of recognition. Have a good night, Gwen. Thank you for joining us. It was great seeing you. But yeah, no, Poor Charles was that show. You had angels, you had vampires, you had um like Grim Reaper kind of people. Also, this pen sucks. Also, um Lucy was actually fun to watch on Port Charles. Lucy was actually fun to watch. Now CW says the ironic thing was that PC took place more at General Hospital than yeah, that's very true. Have a good night, Denise. Thank you for joining us. It was great seeing you in the chat. Ariana says werewolves and vampires. Yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. You're right. Yeah, that show was something else. And of course, people getting stuck in paintings. Don't forget about that. China says what Jeremy going to do at the gala with a backpack. I have an idea, but I don't want to sit there and say because I don't want to sit there and spoil it. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely, definitely. But at the same time, I'm like, the way that Curtis has been disrespecting Miss Wu, it's just unreal. Yeah, sure, they have been. But Darby, they've been talking about Epiphany for the last past couple of days. CW says Portros also did a time drop. Yeah, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I heard about that, Jonathan. They had witches and warlocks, and they had what was the short guy, the really really short guy that I don't want to sit there and offend anyone. But it was like the really short guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, totally. Tom in the bottle. Tony D says I want ice cream. I'm ignoring my ice cream. I'll probably have like maybe a couple of bites before I go to bed. Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, yeah. He was the warlock. Yes, John Hopkins. Oh, that was the character's name. But Jonathan, that was the actor's real life. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Jonathan. And thank you, Darlene. Shireen. Thank you, Shireen. Yeah, Dolly, because I think it was supposed to be like some sort of weird telenovela. All right, so let's check out this poem. I think might talk about a different character. Very short guy. Oh, here we go. CW says, Tainted Love, Tainted in Secret. One was my favorite storyline. Okay, I froze for a little bit, but I'm unfrozen now, right? I'm assuming I'm unfrozen. Just as I think I might have been talking about another character. Okay. Jolie says, Time in the Bottle, Suspension, Fate, Tainted Love. Oh, Jonathan, Jolie, you remember they actually had the song for Tainted Love? And they always had like these, every time they did like a new story, they had like a different intro. I gotta sit there and tell you, for a show that was like a half an hour, they definitely did work their asses off. I would say that much. Cherie says Epiphany is supposed to have gotten a job at Johnson High. Oh, okay. Okay, my my bad, Cherie. My bad, Cherie. I no, that was kind of my fault because I'm sitting there talking to Jonathan about the actor that played on Passions. So it did glitch a little bit, Cherie. I remember that song too, Darling. Tony D says Nina as a mob wife over here, practically telling and Sonny Lordy Lord. Okay. We got another Cherie J. Does anybody agree with what I said about Spencer Cassadine? What did you say about Spencer Cassadine, Cherie J? Cherie J. And Rihanna says the gift was my favorite storyline on PC. Okay, nice. Exactly, Cherie. That's why I was like, now I gotta sit there and call you Cherie, and then her Cherie J or you Cherie R. CW says Josh Ryan Evans. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, CW. Thank you. Johnson says I was talking about the right character. His name was Timothy. And okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, CW. W says, don't you think that they should get a new hospital boss from Jade because the role of AH hospital boss is empty with Britt dead, everybody too friendly and forgiving with Liz and her crimes. Yeah, I agree with that, Darby. I do. Maybe they could sit there and bring back Ulbrich. They could bring Ulbrich back. That'd be good. And maybe Ulbrich could sit there and fire Liz again. And this time, if she does fire her, Nicholas won't be able to get her job back. So that would definitely be interesting. I still remember that. So I still remember that episode when Ulbrich Ulbrich fired Liz, and she was like, "What are you going to do? Fire me?" And Ulbrich was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're fired." And she had that look, and Ulbrich was like, "No, you thought I was joking?" Oh, that was so great. Yeah, Jay Blue. I still remember that episode. Jolie says actually Terry has the role. She was sharing it with Brett. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Josh says that thing. GH will address the yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, during the nurses ball. Just as ridiculous how she had no repercussions about confessing. AJ says I'm glad Liz got her job back. Cherie said what fans dislike about Spencer Cassadine is that he's easily tempted. He's easily tempted, easy to manipulate, self-serving, plays the victim, plays with people's feelings, think he knows what he's doing. Hmm. I don't I don't see that as to Royce. I mean, he just meant to say what he doesn't like about Spencer. Now, Ariana says, "Don't get me started about Liz." Honestly, to tell you the truth, it's funny too because I remember you sitting there saying something about the comments. You said something in the comments, and I was like, I want to know what your thoughts was. Sheree says Liesel is super dope. AJ said Ulbrich has done more dirt than Liz, so she shouldn't be firing her if she got reinstated as a doctor. Tony D said you should have had at least the very, yeah, suspended her. Yeah. Okay, Ariana, I'm gonna go back and look at that then. I was just surprised nothing actually happened to her at all. It was just like, y'all not even gonna sit there and suspend this chick? Like, really? Y'all just gonna, okay? I don't know. It just seemed like Shauna says, how Phyllis get Diane ring back. Shauna, that's a really good, I thought that she stole it. But then when she was walking around with it, that's actually a really good question. I think she reached in her pop. That's a really good question. I don't think that she stole it in the first place, though. Exactly, Jess. I was just like, are you kidding me? I was just, I was not a fan of that. I really wasn't. But I mean, I wasn't super mad about it or anything like that. It was just like, oh, she did. Oh, I don't know. I didn't see. I do remember her going. I do remember her looking at it, but have a good night, Dolly. Thank you for joining. But I don't remember. It's weird. I do remember her going in her pocketbook or whatever, but I don't know. I must have missed that part. CW says Liesel talked about Carly keeping Nina from her child when she did the same thing to Anna when she kept Robin prisoner for years because of her obsession with Faison. Yeah. Have a good night, Dolly. Thank you for joining as always. AJ said Robin was an adult. Okay, I mean, still took her away from her child. I mean, still, Anna is will still consider Robin her child. But yeah, I don't know. It's just when I was looking, it's funny too because like I thought about that like midway when I was doing my review. I was like, wait, something just is kind of irking me a little bit about that whole thing. But I should tell you the truth. I'm just like, yeah, okay, sure. Now Double C says Double Standard Chase hits a guy and gets in trouble, but Liz helped kidnaps a knocked up woman. She gets a slap on the wrist. That's very true. CW says, and Willow is an adult. Willow and Neil were adults. Yeah, and Rihanna, yes. Okay. Yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. It really does. We get new people all the time, and I think that's partly has a lot to do with hitting the like button. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It does help out. Thank you. Gregory says, I hate what she did with Duke Lavery. He just said, just like Carly kept Nina away from Willow and Nina. Darby says, Anna was a part-time mom and Robin was the latchkey kid that Mac actually raised. Yeah, that's true. Well, also, Darby, so was Felicia. Felicia was too busy running around, following Frisco, so-called saving the world. So, yeah, that's very true. You have a good point, Darby. Yep. It's funny too because I felt like I said Felicia and she typed it at the same time. So yes, very very true. That's very true, Jess. Very true. Valerie says, "Have Frisco dad be dad." So yeah, she does have a point. But I think I'm gonna sit there and end the stream right. Yeah, have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. I think I'm gonna sit there and end the stream right here, just because I gotta wake up early in the morning tomorrow. But I do want to thank everyone for joining. I know it was only like an hour, but I really do appreciate people coming through. I had a lot of fun talking to everyone. This was great. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the super chats. Thank you so much, Jonathan, Ariana, and just everyone for just being here. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tony D. Thank you, Last Day. Thank you, Darby. Thank you, Jess. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Ariana. Jonathan, I enjoyed this edition of Soul Chat with Albert. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Thank you. Have a good night, Jess. Have a good night, CW. Have a good night, AJ. Have a good night, Cherie. Have a good night, Mel. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Nikisha. Same, Ariana. Same. It's because of people like you. To be honest, it's like always the thing say I'm only host. It's everyone here that makes this stream as fun as it is. So have a good night, AJ. Thank you for joining us again. And have a good night, Cherie. Thank you, as always, for joining. And you know who you are. You know who you are because I'll probably be sitting there saying have a good night to everyone. But you know who you are. Just thank you for being in the stream. I look forward to seeing everyone back here tomorrow around the same time. Um, I'm probably only gonna do it for like an hour just because tomorrow I gotta wake up early in the morning. Just for FYI. But please come through. We have a lot of fun. And it's pretty much everyone here that makes my whole night. So thank you. Have a good night, Double C. Have a good night, Mel, Cherie, and everyone. But let me take off this poll. Oh, I'm about to. Have a good night, ZK. Yeah, I'm about to right now. I got my phone right here. Oh, only 18% actually said yes. That's interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Janet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Um, I was just about to sit there in the stream. I always feel guilty. I always feel guilty whenever people come in afterwards and I'm already about to sit there and wrap up. So I'm sorry, Janet. Hope I do get to sit there and see you soon though. Wow. Oh, Jane, you just finished working. Okay. Well, you have a great night, Janet. It was really great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely, Janet. I definitely look forward to seeing you. And Janet, this week I'm going to sit there and spill the tea. So I definitely hope that you're able to come through. Oh, I got it, Janet. I got it. Trust me. I get it. I get it. So have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Janet. And everyone else that I miss, you know who you are. And I'll see you in tomorrow's live stream. So stay safe today.